Welcome back, focused learners, to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to dive into this with you today because, honestly, we're looking at what is arguably the most misunderstood financial event of our lifetimes, the SpaceX IPO. Right now, this is the largest stock market opening in Wall Street history, and literally everyone is talking about it. But if you're looking at SpaceX as just some legacy rocket manufacturer, you are completely missing the boat. Today, I'm putting on my financial analyst hat to present our initiation of coverage pitch. We are going to totally reframe SpaceX. Forget the transportation company label. We are looking at a sparkling new, infinitely scalable off-world AI infrastructure giant. Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to quickly cover the aerospace funding trap, the AI compute pivot, scaling orbital data centers, lunar manufacturing operations, and finally, wrap up with the massive $28.5 trillion total addressable market.
Section 1. The aerospace funding trap.
So to really understand where SpaceX is going, we first have to understand the severe, and I mean severe, limitations of the traditional space economy. There's incredible hype right now around things like NASA's Artemis program, aiming to land a crew on the moon this decade. And don't get me wrong, it's an amazing human achievement. But here is the hard truth for Wall Street. There is absolutely zero profit involved in a mission like that. Historically, space exploration has been funded by public money, mostly driven by global political clout. But once that political race is won, think Apollo back in the 60s, governments tend to lose interest and the funding just dries up. NASA's chief administrator, Jared Isaacman, actually hit the nail on the head here. He pointed out that taxpayer funding is simply not a sustainable model. Flags and footprints, they don't pay the bills. If we want a permanent human presence in space, we need the deep well of market capital. We essentially need a product in space that people down here on Earth will pay massive amounts of money for. And surprisingly, going right into their IPO, SpaceX didn't actually make that much money from their rockets. But Wall Street bets on the future.
Which brings us to Section 2, the AI compute pivot.
This right here is where the underlying financial thesis of SpaceX completely transforms. Back in February 2026, Elon Musk executed this brilliant corporate merger, basically bringing his oldest and youngest companies together to create SpaceX AI. He essentially transformed shares of his AI startup, xAI, into shares of SpaceX. Now this brought in the Grok model and the X platform, sure, but the absolute crown jewels of this deal, those were two of the most advanced data centers in the entire world, Colossus 1 and Colossus 2. And SpaceX wasted literally no time monetizing them. I want you to just take a second and think about this number, $1.25 billion. That is the monthly recurring revenue SpaceX secured in May 2026 just by renting out the processing power of Colossus 1 to the AI lab Anthropic, the makers of the Claude language model. And again, that is per month.
Now, what's really interesting about this comparison is how it completely flips our understanding of SpaceX's business model. Anthropic is paying $1.25 billion a month, while Google quickly followed suit, offering another $1 billion per month just for compute rental. Based on their financial disclosures, this brand new compute revenue, from literally just 2 clients, is 3 to 4 times more than SpaceX makes from actually launching rockets. In fact, it is more than they make from their entire global Starlink internet network combined. Renting out just 2 data centers completely dwarfs their traditional, super capital-intensive aerospace revenue. It's just a mind-boggling scale-up in cash flow.
Section 3. Scaling orbital data centers.
But here's the catch. Scaling this massive revenue introduces a huge physical bottleneck. Earthbound data centers are, quite frankly, a nightmare for local communities. They just heavily leach local energy grids and natural resources. So while Colossus 3 is already under construction on Earth, getting permits and power for versions 4, 5, and 6, it's an absolute massive hurdle. Nobody wants these giant power-hungry monstrosities across the street from their house. So, what's the solution? SpaceX is leveraging its unique launch capability to execute a beautifully elegant pivot, the orbital data center. Now, we aren't talking about shipping a whole warehouse into space. These are highly specialized satellites, basically a really powerful GPU rack attached to a huge solar panel array and a cooling radiator. Placed in high orbit, they avoid the Earth's shadow entirely, meaning they just bask in constant, unlimited sunlight, free energy. And they connect using high-speed lasers, creating the seamless AI compute layer right above the existing Starlink internet layer. Totally free from Earth's grid constraints, SpaceX can theoretically build and monetize as many of these as they want.
However, theory and execution are 2 very different things. These orbital data centers are heavy, like much heavier than your standard Starlink satellites. The trusty Falcon 9 rocket? It can only carry about 20 of the newer, heavier V2 satellites per launch. So to actually match and then exceed ground-based supercomputers, SpaceX needs to deploy tens of thousands, perhaps up to 1 million of these satellites. And that requires the Starship. Starship is highly economical and massively powerful. But to make this work, SpaceX needs a relentless, and I mean relentless, daily cadence. Launch, deploy the heavy AI payload, return to Earth, reload, and repeat. This whole cycle needs to happen every single day from multiple sites worldwide.
Section 4. Lunar Manufacturing Operations.
So, launching hundreds of massive rockets a day from Earth definitely solves the data center real estate problem, right? But it creates a massive environmental problem here at home. To avoid completely polluting our atmosphere with hundreds of daily heavy-lift launches, SpaceX is doing something crazy. They are taking their data center manufacturing entirely off-world, specifically to the moon. By participating in NASA's Artemis program, SpaceX isn't just planting flags up there, they are laying the very real foundation for a lunar industrial base. The moon is incredibly rich in resources: iron, titanium, aluminum, magnesium, you name it. But their true secret weapon? The gravity, or, well, the lack thereof. The moon has just 1/6 of Earth's gravity. And early experiments aboard the International Space Station have actually already proven that sensitive manufacturing, we're talking semiconductors, fiber optics, advanced 3D printing, is vastly superior in low gravity. The strong pull of Earth's gravity naturally compromises delicate technological products. So by building AI factories on the moon, SpaceX gets to harvest local materials to build physically superior data centers while entirely eliminating the pollution of launching them from Earth. It's a win-win.
Now, let's look at how this builds into an almost ironic future for the company. Contrast the SpaceX of the past with the SpaceX of the future. The legacy model relies on massive, fuel-heavy rockets, fighting tooth and nail to escape Earth's deep gravity well. But the future model, SpaceX wants to build a mass driver on the moon. Think of it as a giant magnetic train track. Actually, it's basically a giant railgun. Because lunar gravity is so unbelievably weak, they can use powerful magnets to accelerate these newly manufactured AI satellites up to 8,560 kilometers per hour. At that speed, they just cleanly escape lunar gravity and fly straight into Earth orbit. So the great irony here is that SpaceX, literally the company that built its entire global brand on rockets, is going to effectively eliminate rockets from the vast majority of its commercial payload operations.
Section 5. The 28.5 trillion TAM.
And this brilliantly illustrates our final thesis. Everything just clicks into place for us as financial analysts when we look at the actual pool of capital SpaceX is going after. Their total addressable market is a staggering $28.5 trillion. Just look at the breakdown. A massive 80% chunk, that's $22.7 trillion, comes purely from enterprise AI applications. That's other companies paying SpaceX to rent their orbital AI products and services exactly like Anthropic and Google are doing right now. Another $3.8 trillion comes from SpaceX developing their own in-house AI models. And then, look at the tiny $2 trillion slice at the end. That represents their entire legacy non-AI business, all the rocket launches, the whole consumer Starlink network. I mean, $2 trillion is fantastic for an average mega corporation, but here, it is just a tiny fraction of the enterprise AI cash cow.
So the absolutely crucial point here is understanding why SpaceX is undertaking this massive pivot in the first place. They haven't forgotten their original mission. Without the AI compute revenue, that $2 trillion legacy market is nowhere near enough money to justify this historic Wall Street IPO. And it is definitely 100% not enough to fund the colonization and terraforming of an entirely different planet. This beautiful, high-margin, off-world AI infrastructure, it's the economic engine. It is the only way to fund the ultimate goal, building a self-sustaining city on Mars and extending the light of human consciousness to the stars. The mass driver on the moon frees up the Starship fleet to finally do what it was always built to do, fly to Mars.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question as we wrap up this explainer. We've seen the limitations of government funding. We've seen the staggering multi-billion-dollar monthly revenues from Earthbound compute. And we've seen the incredibly elegant, scalable, off-world solutions that SpaceX is building to capture a $28.5 trillion market. The legacy space race of flags and footprints? It's officially over. The new race is entirely economic. So, looking at the numbers and the incredibly ambitious roadmap ahead, are you ready to invest in the orbital AI infrastructure that will ultimately fund the first human city on Mars? Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. Stay curious, stay focused, and keep looking up.